Wait.
All right. Hi, guys. Welcome to, you know what? This is our first call of the new year, 2022. Sovereign Life team call. It's January 3rd. We've got some new faces on our team. We have some exciting things to discuss and to kind of coordinate together. So I'm really happy to be here with all of you guys. Why don't we start tonight's call by introducing some of the new team members. I know, guys, if you can have your cameras on so that we can see everyone's faces, make those introductions. I'll start by introducing Alexa. For those of you who haven't met her, she's a dear friend of mine from university, actually. And her and I connected very immediately. She reached out to me a couple months ago about the PieMag water. So we've been in contact for some time. She's very conscious of, like alternative holistic approaches to health and wellness. And she became one of the first customers of mine, I would say, or one of the earlier customers of mine with the PieMag sport bottle. She ended up buying a bunch for her entire family for Christmas. They've been loving it. And then just last week, she got introduced to our team, to our community, to what it is that we're building. And she decided for herself that she wanted to join. So welcome, Alexa.
Thank you.
Tell us one interesting fact about you.
Oh, okay. I have had up to 25 bunnies and we do not breed them.
Whoa.
Okay, that actually sounds really bad. We had 4 rabbits and one of them turned out to be a boy. None of them were fixed. We ended up with 25. Yeah, no, okay. That sounds like I just terrorize my rabbits and can't take care of them. I'm just going through them. But no.
A lot of pets, a lot of animals in your house.
Yeah, there's a lot of animals over here.
We love animals, so that's great. Awesome. Okay, who else do we have? We have Arthel. Is that how you pronounce that? Say that? Correct me.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
It's Artel.
Artel. Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Artel was at our event, the Life on Purpose event. Sam, I don't know if you want to introduce her real quick.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that Artel's one of my really good friends. We've been friends for like years and years and years, and we both share like a really big love for wellness and fitness and all of that. We were like workout buddies all the time. We used to go to the gym together all the time. And yeah, just even on a personal level, I know Artel's just a really hard worker. I knew that she would be interested in coming to the event too. So I reached out to her about that. And I was like, come to the event, see what this is all about. I felt like she would get a really good glimpse into what it's about. And I knew that she would be interested in all the stuff that you guys had to say at the little presentation booth. So I was like, come check it out. She came and she came with her sister and they both went around, got all the information. And then she came up to me at the end and was really interested in buying a waterfall for her family and for herself. So she's been using the waterfall, right? So she has 2 actually, one coming her way as well because she won the contest. So I'm gonna pick up her waterfall that she won as well. So she has 2 waterfalls at this point. So she has really a great knowledge of the waterfall system, I guess. And yeah, so I'm excited to have her on for you guys to meet her as well.
Awesome. We're happy to
have you here, Artel. I'm excited to get to know you on like a more personal level.
Likewise. I think we all are.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's kind of, let me think. Do we have any recognition? Sorry, real quick. I feel like we did a lot of that in the chat. I do want to recognize, who do we have here on my team right now? I'm just trying to think. Well, I want to recognize Alexa because she got, moving quickly when she got signed up and ready for the business. So she signed up as a consultant with me last Thursday, I believe. And within 24 hours, she decided to invest in a water pack and a couple of other products for herself and for her friends. And she's already been speaking to customers. And so I really just want to acknowledge that movement, that action so early on in the business. You're really setting an incredible pace for yourself and the growth of your business this year. So we're happy to see it. Congrats.
Amazing. I want to recognize Elena. because she achieved gold. That's amazing.
Yes, bitch.
I know her team saw her moving, but like I also saw her moving. She has been nonstop for the last month, like just powering it out, especially the last 2 weeks. Like this girl was sick and she was still showing up to every call. And like I knew what it was like to be sick and I couldn't even get myself up. So like really want to applaud her for achieving that goal. Congratulations, Elena.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you to my team for being a
So
part of that
proud
with
of
me.
you.
Thank you. Thank you guys. Okay, awesome. I think we're gonna move into a little bit of
Hold on. I just want to do some quick recognition too, because so many exciting things are happening on our team. I love to see our team growing the way that it has. We have a few new team members on here tonight. So Sam, I want to congratulate you for officially having your first team member, Artel. Welcome. It's great to have you here. And Artel actually purchased a waterfall at our event. So she's already locked and loaded, had a product experience and ready to go. And Sam, I'm just really proud of you for, getting out of your comfort zone. I know, it was a big deal for you to invite some of your friends to check out what we've been doing. And I'm really glad that somebody that you feel so excited about working with is here on our team now. So
Yeah.
congrats,
Sam.
Thanks. Artel just messaged me and her internet cut out. So she just let me know to let you guys know, but I told her she can just hop back in whenever she gets that sorted. So in case you guys are wondering why she wasn't answering before.
Like I said, I've been having some weird experiences with internet these the whole day. So
Right. It's all good.
all good. Okay, I want to jump into well, I mentioned in the chat earlier today that with the new year, and especially with what we have coming up in the next week with our January launch schedule of events, commitment to growing this team. If you haven't yet already watched our pre-launch team call from 2 weeks ago, I believe, please make that a priority so that you're up to speed with what's to come in the next 3 months realistically. But with that being said, I want us to get a little bit more focused with our intentions for the month and for this launch. There's a couple of resources that I want to share with you guys and also take you through to help set those intentions. And I know last week, I believe we were talking about focusing on a different kind of goal now when it comes to monthly rhythm of our business. And these are individual goals for each of us, but I think they're goals that we can all kind of like hold within our mind, but more importantly, write out for us to actually understand and work towards. So that being said, I told you guys to bring, journal, notebook, and a pen. Sav, I don't know if you want to kind of get involved in this one in terms of setting intentions, but I think most importantly, there are two main goals that I want to outline, and this will be helpful for your understanding when you're bringing new people onto the team as well in terms of how to get them started and situated with their business. The first one is Power Start. So if you are within, and you know what, while I do this, why don't I pull up the document so that you guys can actually see it and follow along, so it'll make a little bit more sense. But as a team in general, I want us to get into the habit of writing our goals out on paper, because if they're not written to some degree, then they're not, right? It's just wishful thinking, as Sal likes to say. So in taking responsibility for our business and actually making moves and taking inspired action, we need to have direction and focus, and that starts with writing our goals out. Okay, so what I want to do is pull up, where can I find the, sorry guys, give me 1 second.
Honestly, to that point, for me, the greatest part of writing down goals isn't even like, I want to grow my business. That's like a huge goal of mine. It's something I'm motivated to do. I want more abundance in my life. I want more freedom in my life. But the best thing from doing that has been seeing the goals actually happen, and then starting to just like believe in myself so much more and feel so confident in who I am, because I see that I actually have the power to create any reality that I want. Yeah. And like that's a reward that's bigger than anything else. So get into the habit of like taking responsibility for your life, actively creating, writing the story of the life that you want. Because it will happen, guys. Like I shit you not, it will happen, and you're gonna be mind boggled, and then you're just gonna be sitting there like hugging yourself and being like, wow, I did that, and that's a feeling that I want every one of you to experience.
True. Sorry guys, give me 1 second. Why, for whatever reason, I can't seem to find
What are you looking for?
the Power Start incentives, like the document. It's usually on my back office, but the document that outlines
It's
all
on,
the-
it's on like Nikan. I can pull it up.
okay.
It's on the Nikan website.
I know, I'm on it.
I'll grab it.
Overview, yeah.
I was on it today, actually.
Document library, there we go. Sorry,
Got
guys. Incentives, recognition. Okay, there we go. And to Sophia's point, like I could show you guys in my journal. It's not this one. It's another one that I have. But like days before I went gold, weeks before I went gold, I was writing out in my journal every single day. I am so happy and grateful now that I'm in Nikan Gold on December 31st, 2021. And then 10 p.m., December 31st, 2021, I was able to write, wow, look at that. I'm in Nikan Gold. So it's true, like actually seeing the intention set, but then the actual result and manifestation of that in real time is pretty powerful. So let's write our goals. Okay, so I'm gonna share the screen. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want us to have in our mind, and again, this is going to be helpful for directing any new team members and consultants on your individual team. Within their first month of joining, the very first goal to outline is Power Start. My uncle took us through this incentive and a little bit more of the structure of that last week. But when you first get signed on as a consultant, within your first 30 days, your goal, your incentive is Power Start. What that looks like, you can read up on the requirements here, but in a very basic sense, it would be 1,500 PGPV, 50% of which is retail, with a minimum of 100 in personal point volume. And so that naturally takes you to executive, which is the first rank advancement. Now, moving beyond that. So if you're in your first 30 days, this is what you are to have written out as your objectives for the month, or at least as your objectives for the first 30 days of getting started. Are you guys with me so far? Awesome. Then we're going to go on. I think it's Club Kia. Yeah. We're going to move on to what we were speaking about with respect to our yearly goals. And last week we essentially said, like, as a team gearing up for our launch, the intention should be within the year to go Team Kaizen, where we get to go on the next trip as a team together. Right now it's for Dubai. I don't know where the next one is going to be, but if we want to qualify for Team Kaizen in the year, a better breakdown of that milestone is setting the intention, setting the goal, the monthly goal of 500 PPV, which is personal point volume each month, and Club Ki every quarter. So what that would look like on a monthly basis, Club Ki, these are the requirements here. Within 3 months, it's cumulative. It's 12,000 personal point volume and 12,000 PGPV, 50% of which has to come from retail. So if we're setting the monthly metric of 500 PPV per month and 4,000 PGPV, which is your personal group volume, within every quarter, we should be hitting Club Ki. And by the end of the year, we should be hitting Team Kaizen. So the goal and the metrics that I want each of us to focus on monthly is first, 500 PPV. Second, 4,000 PGPV, 50% retail. Why this is important. Also, if you guys have any questions, just let me know, but hopefully you're all with me so far. Why this is important is because it incentivizes 2 important aspects of our business. 500 PPV ensures that each month you are building your customer base, right? you're speaking to customers, you're learning about the products, and you're sharing the products. But if all you're doing is building out your customer base, we're not going to get to the point of, building an asset that generates income and wealth independent of our time. So it is necessary for us to build out our team. 4,000 PGPV per month incentivizes team building, right? Because where's that volume coming from? It's coming from your group. It's coming from your team. And with the structure that we have in place, gearing up for this launch, the new weekly rhythm that we are putting into place, this is something we should all be intentionalizing, is building out the team. So right now you have written down 500 PPV and 4,000 PGPV per month in a very basic sense. And these are all, by the way, available to you guys in your back office. So if you want to learn more about those incentives, but like my uncle had said in our last team call, when we're focusing on these incentives now, naturally the advancement in rank, naturally the growing of our team, like all the consequences of that is the progression of our own growth within our business. So this is, I think, a very easy way to kind of focus our attention when it comes to what we should be measuring monthly. Do we have any questions with that so far?
I just want to know, are people at a point where like you feel it right now, and like be honest, we're like, okay, this is impossible for me? Like, I want to know if anyone feels like that. Yeah. Because that's a, can you tell us a bit about why you feel like that? If you're okay with it.
It's just a me thing. It's just like a putting my mind to it thing. Because like after my exam, I kind of fell off, and getting myself to motivate myself again and get that momentum has been a little bit of a struggle, but it's literally just a me thing. It's not like it's impossible.
I get it. Like, I get the feeling of like feeling like, oh, I can't do that, because it scares me too. Like, that seems like a really big goal for me, but yet it's not a matter of if we think we can do it. It's a matter of if we want it.
Yeah.
It always comes down to, do you want it? Because if you want it, then there's things to do to put that in place. There's goals, and we can break down your goals. Like, that's what we want to do right now. We want to see the big goal and we want to break it down, and we can work through that together. Because yeah, I'm feeling fucking intimidated about it too, guys. Not kidding. Okay. But that's why we're all here together, is because we're all here to motivate each other and to be with each other throughout it all. Because there's no way people on my team are doing this and I'm not going to be there experiencing it with them.
Right.
And that's what I'm thinking. That's where my mind's at. And so it's possible, and we can do it. Even if you just started today, guys, it's possible. We're all just starting this new year. We're all at the same level right now. I know there's some people that have teams built, but that's okay, because you can have a team built within a matter of days if you really worked at it, right? It's all based on your decisions. And so today, I think what we're really moving towards is deciding what we want and creating an action plan on how we're going to get it. And these goals that we have in place throughout the month are to help us attain those, achieve those monthly goals and be focused on it. But of course, there's daily things, like we need to break those goals down even further. Like, yes, we've broken it down to, okay, we're going to achieve Club Ki every 3 months, but let's break it down even more. How are we going to achieve things every single month, every week, right? Like, what are our actions going to be? How many people do we need on the calls every week? That's what we need to start thinking about.
And
Keep going.
Here's the thing. Part of the reason why, like right now, what you're feeling is like overwhelmed, because that requires you, like, a goal is a goal. It doesn't get accomplished if you don't take action, right? That's where the overwhelm.
Pie water, by the way. Sorry if anyone thinks I'm not drinking Pie Mag water. It's Pie Mag water. Continue.
That's where a lot of the overwhelm and like the self-doubt comes in, because at the end of the day, like, you've set this objective for yourself. It's your choice whether or not you want to hold yourself accountable. How do you hold yourself accountable? Actually taking action, or taking ownership when the action has not been taken, right? So why this is feasible today, why this is so possible and so doable, is because we have a structure in place today that didn't exist 6 months ago. If you know, okay, this is our weekly rhythm. These are the calls that we have in place. I need to get people to these calls. What's the gap? Contact and invite. If you're not comfortable with the contact and invite, where do you go? Contact and invite training. You sit there
Committee.
and then you do it, right? So we know, like, when you're questioning what it is that I need to be doing, or where I can go next, or what's the next thing that I can direct people to, it's already there. It exists. You have the resources, the structure are in place now for us to leverage. The only thing that stands the difference is whether or not you're going to take action on it, whether or not you're going to use it, right? So when we set these goals in place, 500 PPV, that's going out and speaking to customers now. Maybe sharing more on your social media. If you've used the products now for a couple of months, on some level, you should be very familiar with the benefit of it yourself. Go and speak about it. Start telling people about how much you love the Pie Mag water. Start telling people about the incredible experience that your dog had with the Nikan necklace. Like, that's what needs to take place. And then the numbers and the results will speak for themselves so long as you're taking that action, right? And at least now you have a roadmap to follow. You know what you're working towards. So it's going to hopefully motivate you to get uncomfortable. Like, okay, I've set this goal of 500 PPV. 2 weeks of the month have gone by and I've only spoken to one customer. Let me kick myself into gear. Regardless of how uncomfortable this feels, let me start reaching out to some more customers. We have some calls lined up. I only have one person joining. Let me get on the phone with 10 other people and invite them to the call.
Elena, what was your points volume last month?
Last month, it was 15,100.
Zach, what was yours?
You're muted.
7,000 maybe?
Yeah.
7,500.
We have someone who's been in this for a few months, and we have someone whose first month it was 7,000 points. It's doable.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
To show you that it's doable.
Right. And it really comes back to, again, like the questions you ask yourself when you find yourself feeling overwhelmed. Rather than saying, I can't do this, ask yourself, how can I make this happen? Because then you become more resourceful and you become a part of the solution, not the problem. You're figuring out ways to overcome your own discomfort, to overcome your own fear. Like, because at the end of the day, there's stories that we tell ourselves, right? So asking yourself the question, how can I make this happen? And directing yourself to the person or the thing that you need to go to in order to actually take that action. So what I want to do, like, a lot of this call is going to be about tangible items and resources that we can give you guys to help guide you further and track your progress along the way. So one of those things is an Excel spreadsheet. Every person in this call and in this team, on this team in general, should be in our Google Drive. If you're not, please reach out to one of us and we'll add you to it. But on our shared drive, we have a Excel spreadsheet that was just added to it. It was, I believe, created by my uncle. And I think it's great to start with as a roadmap to help us in tracking our monthly goals. So this is our Google Drive. We have the Nikan business goal tracking or tracker, something like that. I've already downloaded it for myself and started to like familiarize myself with a lot of like these terms and what this looks like. Yes, it looks a little overwhelming at first. But when you start to really go through it, it really is an incredible breakdown for your monthly goals and your yearly metrics. So what you see on the top here is overall goal for the year. Team Kaizen, I feel like I keep saying that word. Team Kaizen 22, 50,000 annual PGPV, 5,000 monthly PGPV. I believe that's within the month that you go Team Kaizen. 50% of it is retail. So that's your overall yearly goal. That's what you're looking at in terms of what needs to be achieved or accomplished for you to go Team Kaizen. What does that look like on a monthly basis? Well, like we just spoke about before, the goal is to have 500 PPV per month. That's your personal point volume, so your own sales. He has 5,000 PGPV here. I believe if we do 4,000, I'm going to double check with my uncle, but I believe 4,000 will take you to Club Ki every quarter. And if your Club Ki
is minimum, like it's enough. But if you do 4,000 each month, then that will take you to 12,000.
No, he has 5,000 here is what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's just saying 5,000, but you don't need 5,000. It's 2,000 minimum, but if you did 4,000, oh, like to Club Ki, Club Ki is 4,000. If you did like 4,000 for 3 months, that's 12,000. So it wouldn't match up. Just make sure half of that is retail. But the minimum amount that you need is 2,000.
Yeah, I know. I'm talking about the 5,000 though. So I'm gonna double
That's
check
to
with.
get you to Team Kaizen. So he's just saying like if you did 5,000 for 10 months straight, then that's 50,000, right? If you did 4,000 for 10 months straight, that's only 40,000. So he's just saying aim for 5,000. That way you'll make it to Team Kaizen.
So then that's what I want to clarify though, because if it is 5,000, then that should be the monthly goal. Because if you're hitting,
I mean,
Club
like of course, like, you know, 1 month you can have 15,000, right? And that will balance out all the rest. But yeah, like he's just doing that as like a standard to get you there.
What happens if you're like short, like 1 month? You can make it up in the
Make it
next
up.
month?
Yeah.
So she was just saying, we're saying set the standard of 500 ppv, 4,000 pgpv per month, but you could do 12,000 in 1 month and like zero the other, right? It's just like, obviously that's a hard like goal to actually accomplish. If you're building out your team regularly and consistently, we should be able to hit those metrics monthly. So set the goal of the monthly metric and then leave room for miracles. Everything else will work itself out based on the action that you take. So yeah, so like what, sorry, going back to what I was saying. So PGPV, we have that there. And then retail is 50% of that. So he also has that outlined as well. You can input that into your Excel spreadsheet. I'm gonna double check with him about all of these other qualifications and what they mean. So for right now, just kind of like, I don't know how they play out with respect to qualifying for Club Ki and Team Kaizen, but for your own understanding, what this means is OPV is outside personal volume. Sophie and Savannah, correct me if I'm wrong at any point in time. And also, if you guys have questions along the way, just stop me. I believe this is outside personal volume.
I think it's
Outside primary.
No, I
life,
think-
or
no, I think it's organizational point volume. That's what it is.
yeah. And then OPL is
Organi-
outside personal leg.
Yeah, it's organizational
Or
point volume.
primary leg, sorry.
So this is more, I think, important when it comes to rank advancements, specific qualifications, but this reflects organizational point volume. OPV, OPL is your organizational point volume outside of your primary leg. So when you start to build your team, you're going to have a leg directly under you that's doing majority of the volume. There's certain qualifications when it comes to rank advancement in terms of having a certain amount of volume outside of that primary leg. And then same thing with your secondary leg. So organizational point volume outside of primary leg and outside of your secondary leg. Then we have new wellness consultants, I believe, new customers, and new wellness subscriptions. And that just reflects auto ship. So we'll go into, I think, auto ship on next week's call, because I feel like it's worthwhile, especially now that
Yeah.
a lot of customers.
I don't know if we'll do it next week's call, depending on what we have to do, but it is important to learn. I have a bit of a familiarity on it. So we'll see if
Same.
my dad will either come on or I can help out with that.
It's worthwhile, especially once you have customers who are buying things like the sport bottle, the waterfall, because they're going to need to, restock on the filters. And so having them sign up as with auto ship, they end up saving 10%. And then it's just, you don't have to worry about it. It's coming in every 3 months. So we can get into that. But this is a breakdown of your monthly goals. So you can go in January, you put in your personal point volume. You can start to track along the way your PGPV, how much of that is retail, as well as all the other metrics there. It's there for you to use. And then he's totaled that all at the bottom. It's all just like Excel functions where as you start to input numbers here, that'll sum out and total at the bottom. And essentially by the end of the year, you'll see how far away you are from Team Kaizen, which is awesome. Again, this is going to work for you as you start to put numbers into this chart.
Mm.
Then what else do we have? Tally. This is for Club Ki. So this is to break it down further for your essentially tallying your metrics every quarter. You would be looking at what your total PPV would be for that quarter, total PGV, how much of it is retail, and then how much more to go to actually reach Club Ki for the quarter. And again, we have the goals for Club Ki at the top here. So 12,000 PPV over 3 months, what your goal should be relative to that, and then 12,000 PGPV over 3 months, 50% retail. So again, things that you can read a little bit more further, but these charts are here for you to start to input your numbers, to use it to leverage your business, to help to actually treat it like a business where you're measuring the metrics, and then you can see how far along you are with respect to those goals and where, you know, action might need to be taken. And then this is just for, okay, so this is important too. So this is for business builders. What business builders, what he means by business builders is anybody who is below silver, has either just signed on as a consultant and as a direct or executive, in that they are still contributing to your personal group volume. Once someone on your team goes silver, they contribute to your organizational volume, but they no longer contribute to your personal group volume. So this is why we're continuing to build the team.
Wait,
What?
you're saying anyone that's silver and up doesn't contribute to your personal PGPV?
Right,
Since when?
always.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, I know because I just went gold and Zach went silver. So he was no longer contributing to my PGPV. He was contributing to my organizational volume. PGPV is just for leadership bonus and for these and for like the incentives.
So when you're, sorry, he's still contributing to your organizational volume, but that counts for,
That counts for rank advancement. But PGPV is for these incentives and it's for leadership bonus. When you start to advance in rank, you go silver, gold, you unlock the leadership bonuses, which is 6% of your organization generations down.
so you're saying for Team Kaizen, that
This is-
organizational volume counts or doesn't, like, doesn't count?
PGPV.
So Zach wouldn't count?
Not right now, no. His volume would not contribute for me. Well, technically I'm gold, so it might still contribute. I have to double check about that. I don't know if you have to.
Contribute. No, it would. If
No,
you-
no, no. He does not contribute to my PGPV. At least when I was a silver, when I was at the same rank as him. I don't want to overcomplicate this right now because I know there's a lot of people who are kind of just like rolling eyes. But what you need to know when it comes to, at least based on the level that we're at within our organization, I'm going to double check with my uncle when it comes to rank advancement. For instance, now that I'm a gold and Zach is a silver, if his volume will contribute to my PGPV. But from what I understand, from what I know right now, is your PGPV is coming from business builders. That is individuals who are below silver. They're still building out their business. Why this is important is because you need to continue to recruit. Regardless of how many people you might have on your team, you need to continue to build out prospects to contribute to your PGPV. So every month there is still the incentive to create your own sales and continue to invite more people to learn about the opportunity. So we kind of have that defined here. If you need more clarity on that, guys, you can ask me questions. We can ask my uncle as well, but this is something that I learned just last month when I was going gold. And I noticed it because when Zach hit silver, his volume was no longer contributing to my PGPV. It was contributing just to my organizational volume. And if we're focusing on PGPV, that means the incentive, the intention, I don't know why I just went like this, but the intention and the incentive is to continue to build out your team. So for instance, when I was going gold and I had to learn this lesson myself, I realized, you know, I'm asking my team to bring and invite people to learn more about the opportunity because we had set calls in place for them to attend in the last week of December. I needed to be doing the same thing. I needed to be inviting more prospects, speaking to more people, the same way that I was asking my team to do that. It's continuing to sponsor and it's continued to do it in a way where we have a structure in place that creates synergy. It creates a rhythm. It creates a flow for people to be directed through, and we're doing that together. So it is possible. These are just important points to know. as you
From my
continue.
understanding, you would, anyone who's not the same rank as you would qualify as your organizational volume. I mean, your PGPV.
I think so too. I'm gonna double check with your dad. But for right now, we can use that within the context of like silver and below. And being aware that we need to continue to like build out more team members. I'm gonna leave this at this. I highly, highly, highly recommend every single person downloading this for themselves and starting to use this and familiarize yourself with it. Again, if there's questions that you have, you can reach out to any one of us. But in terms of the metrics that we've used and the monthly goals that we're setting for ourselves, this is a very valuable way to start to track that. And honestly, the more we start to legitimize the things that we do in our business, by that I mean writing it down and tracking it. What's the saying that I'm thinking of? So if you might know this, something that you measure. What you measure
matters. What you quantify multiplies. No, that's not it, but it's something like that.
Something like that. But what you
measure matters.
I think I have it written down somewhere, but you think about that one. But the point is, what you measure matters. What you focus your attention on grows, right? And so we need to be aware of also what's going on, so we know how to improve. You know, what steps need to be taken. So we'll leave that at that. And then there's one more thing. I'm just going to quickly draw your attention to it, guys, because again, it's another tangible resource that you guys can leverage with respect to helping to bring order to the process, to the structure when you're speaking to people. And that is, I'm going to share my screen one more time, actually. We also have in our Google Drive a contact tracing or this ain't no COVID thing, contact tracking form. Okay. So this is why I've said this to my team, as well as I'm going to say this to all of you guys. If you haven't already familiarized yourself with the contact and invite training, that is your first priority. Because within the next week, come January 9th, when it comes to leveraging the schedule of events and directing people to calls, that starts with the contact and invite. So you need to understand the process, and you need to understand how to follow up and where to direct them to next. This is an easy way to help track the flow of prospects through this process. So again, what you measure matters. So this is great because now you're starting to keep focus and attention on the people that you're speaking to. But it'll also give an idea of where people are. So we have the why, which is the contact and invite, the very first introduction to this. The how, which you guys should all have the resource to our Sovereign Life link. This itself is actually going to be replaced in some ways by the calls that we're going to be having. The wellness previews that we'll be having on Tuesdays and Thursdays, they're going to be an engaging way to actually help validate the products and the business and the community for anybody who's learning about this. We have the ABCs. Again, this is all outlined in the contact and invite. ABC would follow the how. So the same thing with the rhythm and the schedule that we have in place now, that is a backstop. It is not meant to replace the natural process of introducing somebody to this opportunity, to this conversation. And so individual ABCs, scheduling us for calls is still a priority. We can kind of ignore this for now, but
It's also good to make it a little more personal. If, you know, this is someone specifically that you want to have a personal discussion with. I think ABCs are really powerful for that.
yeah.
Oh, Moya got it. Yeah,
What?
girl.
Well,
In the
Wait.
chat, what you measure matters. What you measure and recognize multiplies.
There we go. Love that. Thank you, Moya.
You were close, so
Yeah, you were.
I was close.
Something along the same lines. So, great. We understand. I love that. Okay, sorry. So going back to this is the process outlined in the top here, and then you have your outcomes. So you have, did they give you a referral? Maybe they said no, but you got a contact from them, right? Because this is also outlined in the contact and invite. how to get a referral. Did they become a customer? Did they become a consultant? This, what conversation I think has to move to somewhere else, but then we have big events. We'll talk more about that later. And then did they become a partner? In other words, did they invest in their own products? Did they invest in their business? Are they ready to run with you and move at the same pace? So again, another incredible resource to download for yourself to have as you're tracking the flow of prospects and people that you're speaking to throughout the next month. And I can share with you guys even my own if you guys have questions, because I've adapted mine a little bit just to make more sense for me. But this is the main process. And these are the main outcomes.
Or put it in the group chat. Yeah.
Mine?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, so before, I know Alicia has a presentation for us. She's starting off our first 10 minutes this week. But before we do that, I just wanted to share with you guys a resource that I have taken upon myself, and I find it really great to help organize, my goals, and I want to share it with you. So I think there's a whole bunch of pillars, right? We have the mind, body, family, society, and finance. But this book that I got for myself has 10 pillars, and that's, creativity, passion, mind, relationship, spirit, finance, career, travel, giving back, community, and health. And all of these are great, but I really want to highlight mind, finance, career, travel, community, and health. And why I want to highlight those is because those are the 5 that I believe that Nikan and your business, or is that 6? 6, I guess, could really highlight and be of use for you to help set goals. So what this book and what I would recommend for you guys to do is to take I'll just repeat it again, so maybe you can write it down, but the pillar mind, I guess, yeah, pillar mind, finances, career, travel, community, and health. So all 6 of those, what you can do is I want you to write down on your own time. The book is actually called The Human Being Journal. I got on at Indigo if you guys want to go get it, Moya, because she asked the question. And yeah, it basically what it does is it keeps you accountable every single month towards tracking your goals, and gives you a way to outline your plan on how you're going to achieve them. And so, for example, let's go to career, or let's go to even travel, right? For travel, I have Nikan pay for my trip, Team Kaizen. That's one of my goals. How am I going to achieve that goal? Well, that's the next step of this page, and it talks about your vision, right? So I would put, okay, have Nikan pay for my trip. Well, what's my goal? Goal 1 is to have 4,000 PPPV or PGPV every single month, right? Why is it important to me? I want you to talk about, write to yourself, why is this important? Why is it important to have 4,000 PGPV per month? And this is just an example. Do it for all the different things. You might have more than one thing towards travel. It might be outside of Nikan, but it's just great to get yourself accountable and get yourself knowing, get yourself into a daily routine of how to achieve the goals that you want. Because as I was saying in the group chat, it's really easy to say I want to achieve something, and it's really hard to actually keep yourself accountable to it unless you're doing things daily and weekly. So the next thing, so first, why is it important to me? Second, current barrier. If there's any barriers, maybe I'm afraid to reach out to people. Maybe I don't have anyone under me on my team yet, right? First step to overcome that barrier. What can I do to overcome that barrier? Reach out to people. Start speaking to this many people per week, right? Giving ourselves goals and an outline of what we can do. And then my plan to achieve this goal. So that's okay, I'm going to reach out to this many people per day. And then the date I expect to achieve this goal and my reward for achieving it. And give yourself an reward. So for Team Kaizen, it would be, hey, I got a free trip. Yay, I get a free trip and I get to meet all these people around the world. That's awesome. So that's your free reward in that aspect. But you can do this with all your goals, all your visions. Again, I know I said that pretty quickly because we have some things we still need to cover, but rewatch this recording and get yourself writing these things down. If you want me to send you just a page of like what I have in my book, I'm happy to just send me a message. But I find that this is really helping me just organize my schedule and what's really a priority to me. And of course, when it matters to you, when you find something, when you have a reason for doing something, you're going to want to do it a lot more than just saying I want to do it and not really putting a reason for that. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. It's been a really helpful resource for me, and I think it'd be really helpful for everyone. So yeah, with that being said, okay, go ahead.
We need to, guys, I'm sorry. I know we're going through things really quickly right now, and like doing quite a bit. Real quick, I need to bring up the schedule of events that I think I shared it with all of you guys. I did in our group chat. This is something that everyone needs to download and save and have at the forefront of their records, because January 9th, so long as you decide to commit to this launch, this is what we will be doing. And so very briefly, I'm just going to show you what that looks like and what everything means. Again, this is meant to be a backstop for the natural contact and invite process and taking someone through all the information of this opportunity. So essentially, we should be still throughout the days doing the work of speaking to more people, scheduling the ABCs, right? But we now have a flow. We have something to direct prospects to augment that process. So very quickly, I'm just going to show you what we've outlined. We have our Monday night team calls from 8 to 9, the usual. Tuesday is Life on Purpose, and Thursday, Life on Purpose. What this is a wellness preview. It's similar to what I was saying before with respect to validating the products, validating the business, validating the community and the movement of Sovereign Life. And it's going to be a similar style presentation to what took place at our in-person event. So for those of you that weren't a part of that, we can have that discussion a little bit further, but this is going to be something well worth inviting your prospects to. And this is still something that could take place before an individual ABC. And then Saturday, we'll close out the week with the what it takes. This is to help someone get started, to make a decision with their business, launch their business. What's the best way to get them kickstarted? And that's what we'll be doing during that time as well. So familiarize yourself with this schedule of events. If you have questions, this would be starting January 9th, like I said. And if you've committed to the launch, then you've committed to, even if you don't have prospects, showing up to the calls. Because what that does is create a team dynamic, and we're able to engage with each other. We have, how many people are on this call right now? 12? We have 12 different product testimonials right here. We have 12 different business testimonials right here. And so that is incredibly beneficial when we're introducing more people to this experience. So if you have questions, reach out to any one of us. And yeah, we'll leave it at that. Alicia, I'm sorry. I know we kind of gave you like about 5 minutes, but
If everyone, is okay with staying on an extra 5 minutes, I'm sure it'll be insightful.
yeah, like I really am excited to hear what you have to share with all of us.
There was a question in the chat. Sorry, Alicia.
No, it's okay, sorry.
It. The how calls would be good for customers to learn more about the product, or no? We currently don't have a wellness preview in the chat or in the schedule, but I mean, we're always.
The wellness preview is.
Oh, I thought we were doing 2 Life on Purpose calls.
Wait, what?
There are 2 Life on Purpose calls, but essentially, like when we validate the products, you can still send the link to people, but when people are joining the calls, like we don't have a call set up right now to just talk about the products, but when we join these calls, something as simple as who's loving, like really poor example right now, but like who's loving their water system, and then one of us gets on here and starts talking about an experience that we had, right?
Yeah.
So kind of what we're thinking as of right now. We might maybe start to tack on to our team calls, like 30-minute product testimonial type thing. But we don't actually have a call just yet for people to come and like in-depth learn about the products.
Okay, just wanted to confirm that because
I got you, Elena. I just, when you said that it was like a wellness preview, to me, that's like learning about the products as well. But like I've been on the Life on Purpose calls and I know what they're about. So that's why I just kind of want to clarify, but that's all good.
Awesome.
Well, the Life on Purpose calls aren't something we've done yet. Life on Purpose is similar to the event that we hosted. Like the what calls is what you're thinking of, and that's going to be on Saturdays now, right?
Yeah.
So that's on Saturday.
Okay,
That's
gotcha.
for people like that are going to be, they signed up and now they're gonna learn what it takes to actually be part of the business. The new calls on Tuesdays and Thursdays
Are
gonna
for
be-
prospects.
Yeah, similar
Got
to,
it.
we want to try and replicate as best as we can what we did at the event, because I think that was really effective. I don't know how we're going to integrate yet, me, Sophia, and Elena speaking, but I don't know if we have that in the schedule yet. We're going to figure that out. But essentially, yeah, it's going to replicate similarly to what you guys heard at the event if you were there.
Got it.
All right. Take it away, Alicia.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm back in school about to do like a presentation. Can I share my screen? Is that possible?
Yeah.
You should be able
Okay.
to.
Share. Did that work?
I'm going to take notes. Yeah.
Okay. So for anybody new, my name's Alicia. I chose today to do this quick little snippet just because I feel like it's really in tune with, the time of year and everything going on with COVID and stuff. So I wanted to discuss how the Nican products help support immune function. So my first product that I wanted to start off with was the Kenzen Immunity. So it features mushrooms, essentially. So you're probably wondering, like, how do mushrooms support your immune function? Well, mushrooms are actually an immunomodulator, which means that it helps to bring down your immune system when it's overactive and helps to bring it back up when it's a little bit low. You don't want an overactive immune system because then your immune system starts to attack your body, and that's how you get autoimmune diseases and stuff like that. And then naturally, if your immune system is too low, you get sick, can lead to other things like heart disease and diabetes and all that jazz. So the active component of mushrooms that provides the immune function is called beta glucans. And they basically, it's like a sugar that your body doesn't naturally make a lot of, and it helps bind to immune cells and like tells them to activate or tells them to deactivate. So yeah, there's I think like 10 or so really important mushrooms like lion's mane, chaga, and there's a couple other ones that are all present in the Kenzen Immunity, which is a really fun feature. Like you can literally Google any of those mushrooms and they'll pop up as like being really good for your immune system. As well, the Kenzen Immunity showcases antioxidant properties. So that takes me to the next slide. And we have quite a few products that have antioxidant power. So firstly, like an antioxidant is basically a term that refers to like I'm not sure, it's not a chemical, but it's like a component of food and stuff that help to fight off free radicals. And a free radical essentially is like a molecule that's not balanced. What is that word called? It's unstable. So when you have a molecule that doesn't have an electron, it's unstable, and those contribute to like inflammatory responses and stuff that you don't really want in your body. So they help to neutralize the free radicals by giving them some of their own electrons. So I'm going into the science because like I didn't really understand any of this, and I was like, okay, antioxidants are good for you, but why are they good for you? So sorry if I'm giving you like a really small chemistry lesson. But unfortunately, free radicals are naturally occurring in the body. It's a natural part of the cell process, but they can become more prominent when your body goes under duress. So if you're sick or if you're, you know, a smoker or you drink alcohol, stuff like that, it'll bring up the free radical count in your body, and these antioxidants help to bring those free radicals back down. When you have an excess of free radicals in your body, it can lead to cancer, it can lead to a decreased immune system as well. So yeah, next. These are just a few key products that feature antioxidants. So there's the jade green enzymes. I'm probably missing a couple because I just kind of skimmed through them quickly. The Kensan Immunity, I didn't feature on this page because we went through them already. The lactoferrin, the Super Siaga powder, which I bought and I'm super excited to try. And then our ever so famous Pai Mai water. And I believe that concludes my presentation.
Oh, I
Sorry,
love that.
I was really nervous, so I probably went a little too fast, but
That was
That was
great.
so good.
That was
So
perfect.
good.
Perfect.
Thank
I
you,
was-
Alicia.
I was like,
Really took
during
notes.
this, I was literally thinking like, what are, because my friends just messaged me and she was like, wait, what's Nikken? So I was like, oh, and like trying to explain it super briefly, but also like, how can you not go in depth about something that is so much? But this is like the perfect little summary of that. And I wrote notes, I'm gonna refer to it if someone ever asks me about it.
Usually when people ask me what I do, this is what I say. I say, I run an online wellness business. I'm partnered with a Japanese wellness company with a 46-year history. And their philosophy is all about addressing the fundamentals of health. So clean air, clean water, quality nutrition, good restful sleep, and connection to earth's energies. They really believe that like nature heals us. And so they try to create solutions where we can enjoy the benefits of nature in our homes. That's kind of like the little Spark Notes version that I
No,
tell people.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah,
My
I can
friends
write
are
that
all like
down.
MLM. They're all into
Yeah.
MLMs, but they're like Monet or Arbonne. This is more me. And Ellen and I've talked about this, but so they kind of know the whole shtick, but obviously they don't, because Nikeen is different than literally every setup I've heard of. Sorry, it's 9:03. I don't mean to keep talking.
Oh no, it's all good.
no,
It's all
no.
good. You'll learn that we usually go over time on these calls.
That's fine.
We love
Sorry
this
guys,
vlog.
I'm literally not like this either. I'm usually a lot more like active. I just like feel like literal poop right now.
Dude, they
So-
literally, oh guys, they thought I had a blood clot today. I had to go to the walk-in, then go to like an ultrasound, because like my leg is really swollen and they don't know why, but I don't. So we're good.
Magnet.
Put the magnets on it.
He hasn't gotten.
Oh, you don't
No,
have.
it's going to Taylor because Taylor got into the car accident, and then I'm going to Florida in like 2 days. So when you come here,
You need a magnet on it, or even the far infrared wrap would really help with the swelling. The
that's
insoles.
what I was thinking about that. So maybe those will get me to that.
You could
How
probably
is
ship it to Florida if you're there for quite a bit of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I am. I'm going for like a month or two, I think.
Oh yeah, ship it there then.
Based on
We
that.
should
Yeah,
go.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, definitely would recommend that for inflammation in general. And then the water obviously is great. Like Alicia just
Mhm.
mentioned, it has all the antioxidant properties. So it's incredible. Nikken is literally wellness from the inside out, guys.
yeah. I know Alexa was saying she's getting like a necklace for her dog. Elena, I don't know if you told her about Stella, but I did the same thing for my dog who wasn't doing too well, and she had like a huge 360.
reason
Or no,
why.
I guess 180.
You're my reason why I'm getting it, because Elena told me that story. I wish Chanel was out here so I could show you. You would just.
She's literally wearing it now.
You have a mini Aussie?
Yeah, how'd you know?
Because my Ren's an Aussie. Ren.
Look, we were meant to be like friends.
Oh, hey
But
guys,
yeah,
my
she's
dog.
also
My dog is
15.
14, and everyone that meets her thinks she's a puppy because she still acts like it. She's been on the Nikken product since we bought her.
Yeah,
Like
I'll
she's
send you
been
guys a
sleeping on the
picture of
bed,
Chanel.
on the pet pad with the water, the necklace, everything. Like she's been a Nikken dog. So it's good. It's good stuff.
Oh,
So
she's
she's a
literally
pet.
wearing it right now.
Yeah, she wears it. I just take it off when we're not home because it's a little bit big. So sometimes her arm slips through it and she gets stuck. So just to prevent her from like breaking an arm when we're not home, we take it off. But for the most part, we're home.
I love that. It's
Hey,
true, guys.
can I just say, sorry, I just want to jump in and say I loved Alicia's presentation so much. And I feel like it would be so beneficial if like each week maybe like one person from the team would like do a little like literally 10-minute segment, exactly what she
We're
did.
doing
Just on
that.
like, are we doing that? When are we doing
Were you
this?
on last week's call, Sam?
Oh my God, no.
No,
I
she-
wasn't. I wasn't. Sorry. I'm
Sam,
sorry.
Okay, Sam.
Sorry.
So
I
Truly.
But I
volunteer
watched the one
Sam for
before.
next week.
I watched the one before it. I swear to God.
yeah, we're
I
doing
I
that
volunteer
actually
Sam.
every week. One person is doing a 10-minute segment on
Okay, love that
Whether
for us.
it's-
I'm so
like,
happy.
it could be yours. So I mean, you're on vibe with what we're doing. Yeah. So like,
Yes.
I
if it's
volunteer
something that
Sam.
I'm on the
you know,
vibe.
like you have a background in something and you feel confident in sharing it, and it relates
Definitely.
to
You
the
don't even need a
products, the
background.
business.
Honestly, all you need
I'm
is a
just-
quick Google search.
So this
Yeah,
is
I know. I'm just saying if there's something you're confident in because your background relates to it, then you know
Yeah.
that would be
Yeah.
great as well.
I want to
Definitely.
say number one.
Who are you volunteering for next week though?
Well, wait. Sorry, Alicia said she's gonna make a digital copy. That would be awesome. If you have like the actual things that you said to us, would be great. I'm also gonna watch your recording because we also have that available, guys. Everyone, make sure you look at the Sovereign Life link, and you have availability there.
Any documents that you guys produce, add them to the Google Drive. If you don't have access to do that, just let me know and we'll change that. But it's there for us to leverage each other's resources. So Alicia, add your PowerPoint into the Google Drive there. People can access that. I will say one thing when it comes to talking about the products in general. I love going into the background of it. Like Alicia looked up a lot of this stuff when she was researching it further. But you don't need to be an expert. You don't need to be specialized or an expert in the science behind how these products work to be able to share them with people. And so that's something I do want to iterate when it comes to, you know, our ability to, our confidence when it comes to talking to people about the products. I think it's incredible that we're going to start to learn more. Just know that it's not at all a requirement for you to be able to actually effectively share this with others. So with that being said, Alicia, does someone want to volunteer for next week? Are we actually going to volunteer Sam?
Yeah, we're either someone's volunteering or the person that presented this week gets to pick somebody. That's our motive. So
I'll volunteer because I feel like I need to
Okay.
redeem myself
Okay.
after that
Okay, good,
comment.
'cause I didn't want the pressure of like choosing somebody. So thank you for volunteering.
No problem.
yeah,
Hold myself accountable.
awesome. So next
And
week,
Sam, just so you know, it can be on anything. Like
Yeah.
legit
Yes, I know.
anything you want.
I already have some ideas, so I'll let you know.
Awesome.
Okay, sounds good.
perfect.
Being said, again, please keep in mind all the resources. I hope you guys have a little bit more of an understanding and just feel a little bit more confident with the focus of what we're moving into in the next month, especially for your own business goals. If you have any questions at all, like reach out to any one of us because come January 9th, our schedule of events will be starting. So let's all make that commitment together. And honestly, just make it one hell of a month. We have everything in place to be able to do that. So again, what stands the difference is whether or not we're actually going to commit to that through action. So
Yeah.
I'm here, committed and ready. I hope you all are as well. All right, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for
New
joining.
year. Woo!
Enjoy the rest of your evening, guys.
Good night, guys.
You. Good night. Oh, so nice meeting everyone. I should have said that first. Bye, guys.
Nice meeting you.
Good night.